Who's Eddie Izzard?
Who is Eddie Izzard? Great starter question. I'm a stand-up comedian, which I don't think you have in Iceland. And it's not like monologues where you just talk to the audience in comedy. It's the audience talk back, and it's interactive, and I talk rubbish, and it's very surreal. And I do huge shows in the UK, and this is the first ever world tour of stand-up comedy, because I just played Paris last night. I was doing it in French. And it's Iceland, and I'm playing Sweden and Denmark and Holland, and then a month in New York, and then all around the UK and Scotland and Ireland and Wales and England. We have handshakey greetings, and sometimes people say to you, oh, come in, I want you to meet a whole bunch of people. So you meet 8 people all at once, and you're all doing handshakes, and they tell you their names. Pointless, no point at all. Hi, Steve, good. Steve. Jack, how you doing? Jack, nice to meet you. Jennifer. Francis, hi. And at the end you go, good to meet you. Did you have names? I didn't hear. Oh, they're all here on the carpet. Now, who's called Paisley? See you, good night.
One thing I want to ask you first of all is, what's your association with Bexhill, and more particularly the Delaware Pavilion?
No association whatsoever. I've never been here, and well, no, I used to live here. I lived here for 11 years.
People seem surprised when they hear that you are from Bexhill, and that
You got to be from somewhere, haven't you?
and that you went to school in Eastbourne.
Yeah. I was here. My dad was here. My dad came to live here.
Where you were was up the side here.
Hopefully it's aware. The fact that I come from a middle-income, middle-class background is just a matter of fact, and you can't really go back and change that unless you're really trying to sort your image out and say, could we go to somewhere kind of rough, inner city, comprehensive dad, and then that would really work well for me.
That gap is where my grandmother's and my mother's
Can we
house
get out
was,
of here?
if you like. And next door are the Lewis Lass cottages, which were built from a ship that was wrecked on Bexhill Beach. The timber was
Has it still
off
got
a
the
coal.
head
Yeah,
on
it's
it?
still there. It's still got the crest on the top.
Have you done the Delaware before?
No, because Bexhill isn't really on the main gigging circuit, is it?
I wouldn't say so, no.
Not the main. Sinatra never came. And who's the American singer who's an actress as well? And Barbra Streisand. Yeah, she's never played Bexhill. So I thought perhaps put it on the map. Yeah, my dad worked for a BP oil company. That's why. My mum died when I was... Because I was born in Yemen, you see. I was born in Yemen and lived in Northern Ireland, and I lived in South Wales, and then I lived here. So we went from war zone to the troubles in Northern Ireland, because there was a revolution in Yemen, and then the troubles in Northern Ireland, and then there were Welsh separatists sort of burning cottages owned by British holidaymakers, or English holidaymakers in Wales, around the time of Prince Charles' inauguration. And then we came to Bexhill, so nothing really happened. It wasn't quite so revolutionary in Bexhill. And I used to work in that bit, not this bit. This was the posh bit. The smell is very particular of the machine, isn't it? Well, it's exactly the same smell. Same smell, interesting. The smell of yesteryear. That same dishwashing machine. I used to work that. Yeah, I used to sell teas and coffees and penguin biscuits, which I used to generally eat. Because you can do this thing with a penguin biscuit where you take it, you get a knife and you slice it down the middle, and you have more biscuit stuff. And there's all the yummy, sort of chocolatey stuff on the bottom bit, which you eat later in a kind of drug craze. I just muck about, but I sort of wanted to do more with it, and I haven't yet done that.
And is this the piano you played when you worked here?
Yeah. This is one I used to work downstairs, to come up here, play this in my break, someone would come in, say, stop playing that piano, no one's supposed to play the piano, ever. But there used to be someone outside playing, just on an organ on his own, and just play songs. This is all during the summer, Wasps were the main audience. That's what I remember, going out and talking to the wasps. Because people go out and have sugary teas and sugary buns with sugar and extra sugar, because sugar's a big British thing. And then they'd leave all their sugary stuff outside, and the wasps would say, "Hey, sugar." And then you have to go out and clear in do the wasp run, as it was called. You have to go in and bring in as many plates as you could without the wasps attached.
Why did you choose to do the opening gig here?
Well, why not, eh? And it's sold out.
Well, I'm a bit embarrassed by asking these next questions. They sound
Well,
so
be
pompous.
embarrassed. Pompous.
Yeah, I mean, do you see yourself as part of a longer tradition of British comedy?
It is pompous, isn't it? Yes, I see myself as a part of a long, pompous tradition of pompous comedy. Surreal is my big linking thing. And Steve Martin's very surreal. So, you know, it's American, it's the Dadaist movement, surreal. The alternative comedy stream, which I consider the Goons is, I consider Tommy Cooper, Python, that kind of tradition. Hopefully I would be part of that just because it's, because I liked it so much. Forget all of that, right? Pavlov's dog, famous Russian guy, 1907, I believe, and he did Pavlov's dog experiments, and he rang bells, and dogs would eat food, and he proved that dogs had ears. And before that, no one knew. They just ate food, you know. He proved the old bell thing. And so it's Pavlov's dog. Day one, rang bell, dog ate food. Very excited indeed. Day two, rang bell, dog ate slightly more food. Very excited. Have become Welsh. Like being Welsh, so keep that on. Day three, give dog an awful lot of food. Dog explodes. And wins Nobel Dog's Craft Prize or something. So that's right, that's the Pavlov's dog. But he never published his Pavlov's cat experiments, did he? That would have totally destroyed the thing. Pavlov's cat, day one, the rang bell, cat fucked off. Very disappointed. Day two, rang bell, cat went and answered door. Then cat rang his own bell. I ate food. That's all from me. Thank you very much. Hey, at the start of the whole tour, my mind's kind of going ding, 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 yes, ding, 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 ding. I've got to talk to these people next door. Tomorrow I'm doing a gig in French in Paris, and I have to learn this tonight. And I've got a whole translation of this. I mean, because I speak je parle un bon mauvais français, a good bad French, as I say. I mean, I can ask the audience what the word is. Qu'est-ce que c'est l'amour, you know. But if it's on a punchline, I'm going to be really stuffed. But it isn't, it's called a pissotière. But everyone thinks it's a pissoir, and everyone says, pissoir, I know that word. And I was saying pissoir, and they're saying, no, what is that? And everyone in Britain thinks this word exists, it doesn't exist. I don't know what that's got nothing to do with anything, but it's just, that's kind of interesting. An odd, hey, aren't we even crap at slang thing. We're in France. This is France. We've been under the tunnel, haven't we? I'm incredibly tired. Pain in my head. God, it's going to be tough. They won't know who I am. Doing it in second language. But the thing is, it's got to start somewhere. Well, it was a bar. I thought it was going to be like a little theatre. And a sort of invited audience in front of it, and focus on the stage and boom, and the audience, and they'd go, or they'd be kind of supportive, and, you know, wouldn't nail me to a tree. But it all went slightly pear-shaped because the entrance was right next to the stage, or too close to the stage, and 40% of the bar were just going to drink and talk. It was scary. C'est fini? Applause. Merci. Oh, je n'avais dit rien. I'll be glad when this is over. I'll be glad when I've done. It'll be like what it's equivalent to. What it is equivalent to is that first gig in a dress. Mentally. Because I didn't know whether they just wouldn't laugh, or whether I'd just crash, or freeze, or... Because humiliation's at the end of it. Hello? Il faut que vous nous aidez, oui? Parce que en français, c'est...
I love this man to bits, but I think he was a little bit over the top last night to go in there with an apparent, like, no planning situation.
I don't think he didn't plan this. I think he knew what he was doing. I think he tried it out.
Ok, les oranges, il y a une guerre qui, entre les oranges, entre les grandes oranges de autrefois, la grande staliniste orange, les grandes, grosses oranges, et les petits.
Courage is the first word I would
Absolutely.
I would use to describe him. I think he's a very courageous young man to try and do this.
What do they call them? Soviet? Les petits, les mandarines, les petits, ils sont très... Quoi? Clémentine, oui, les clémentines. Il y a beaucoup de noms pour les petits, ouais. Et les gros, c'est plus orange. Les petits, les mandarines, c'est très sexy. Les mandarines go, ah, c'est sexy. Pour manger un mandarine, on go flump and flump. C'est ça, c'est tout.
I think a lot of English people were laughing because it was an English person abroad, not managing very well with the language. So we had a great time.
In a way, I thought it was embarrassing for him because the French didn't quite understand his humour.
I thought the way he spoke French was funny.
Did that make you laugh?
Yes, that made me laugh.
I think that's wonderful.
Dans l'orange, tout le monde dit... Grab... Oh, fuck, I don't know the words. Grabber, oui, grabber. What's hold? Qu'est-ce que c'est le mot hold? Tenir le pot d'orange. Oui, c'est très rigolo. Ah oui. Fuck. Well, it's 4 weddings and funerals. Je retournerai. Yeah, I know. I mean, I knew it. Some words were coming easy that I wouldn't expect, and at some point you just thought, my God, I'm just switching off here, and just flowing, and at some point I couldn't remember tenir, which takes extra.
All I can say is I enjoyed it because I like Eddie, and I understood what he was saying. I understood his jokes.
Do you think the French people found it funny?
No.
Because there are times when I went surreal, and because of the hesitant French, they just thought I was being stupid.
Humour should be translatable, but unfortunately, the French and the English, they're...
I'm sorry, I'm French, and I think he did it very well.
That's
You
tremendous.
also speak...
Yes, I speak very good English, and I'm used to the British humour, but I thought, okay, it was not very planned and all that, but it worked.
I believe
I was asking too often, what's the word for horseshoe, what's the word for whatever, and it just happened too often.
Yeah. I even like, what's his name, Atkinson, Mr. Bean and all that.
Oh, well,
I like
the
that.
French thing,
But we don't think that's funny either.
I do, actually.
English people don't
I think
think
it's
Mr. Bean's
hysterical.
funny.
I love it. Because he
But you're not
doesn't...
English, though, are you?
But that's true. But that's probably better sometimes.
Monty Python, the French, they love Monty Python. They watch it on television. They love it.
Yes, we do. We love Monty Python.
Bonsoir. I'm kind of freaked out at the moment because hier soir j'ai fait un spectacle en français et c'est un peu bon, un peu mauvais, beaucoup mauvais and un peu bon. And tonight I'm going to do it in kind of English and a bit of French and see where it goes. But you know, I kind of speak fast and crap, and that's kind of good, I think. It's the equivalent of a French guy coming over to Britain and going, yeah, this thing here, I want big hat and many things, and you know, and it's just kind of fast, which sounds confident, but all the words are wrong, and many things, and do you have hat and gun and matching banana, which I can put in small bag. Because I've done a bit of acting. Je être comédien, un peu. Et, oui, je sais le mot. Because in French, comédien means actor, and actor means wanker, apparently. When I do acting, you have to do all this breathing from your diaphragm, which you keep in a bag, you know. I did an exchange trip in France. I went to France, and the whole of France came back to my house. I'm from Britain. Can I have sausage, egg, and chips? Mama, sausage, egg, and cheese. And loudly, then they get louder and louder. Plus fort, sausage, egg, and cheese. And then no one understands, even their own family. Ne comprend pas. I've taken a lot of drugs, I don't care, and then we fly to more drugs tomorrow. They must have drugs in Iceland, yeah? They must have. What else is there to do?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Iceland. Please remain seated with your...
Disgusting, I would never eat that.
Bacon and eggs.
For breakfast.
Do you have that
I
breakfast?
love it. It's a bit like drugs. It's just a kind of a drug thing we have.
And you do it?
Well, yeah, it's just bacon and eggs. I mean, I don't do it anymore, but occasionally I do have bacon and eggs and things when I just lose all control. We've just been brought up on it, so it'll take us a long time.
And sausages.
Yeah, sausages. Yes, chips.
I want
Chips
me
is everything.
sausages. Please, dear, give me sausages. Give me sausages.
You have sausages in rolls and bacon rolls, and you have sausage, egg, and chips, and usually they're swimming about in a kind of grease.
And spam.
Spam is just odd. Spam, I don't know who eats spam. Spam is...
Spam, egg, bacon, spam.
And Izzard, you're a well-known comedian in Britain, and
completely unknown here in Iceland. Because I met Björk, and she said that she was into the comedy, and the people at Iceland had really good English, so I thought I'll come here and do stand-up comedy.
But what do you expect from the Icelandic audience?
I'm expecting just an audience that will laugh. That's all I need. I just need a few people I can do it to, and then they can go and tell other people, and I'll come back again, and I'll keep coming back and build up the audience. I was looking down the menu. Fish, 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 fish. Steak, fish, 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 soup, fish, 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 fish. Fish, 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 fish. Dessert, fish, 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 fish. Fish coffee, fish, fish, fish. Do you get pissed off with fish? Because you know, during the Cod War, we thought our Navy was up against your Navy, but it's your Coast Guard, wasn't it? You only had some tennis rackets there. There you go. We had guns. We were shooting guns all over the place. You go away! Throwing fish. We got guns. We got fish. This is breakfast. I have toast in Iceland. Now, this is very weird because everywhere, because I'm touring around Europe at the moment, and people don't have toast. In Britain they have toast. In France, toast is art. It's brilliant. Toast.
Another thing I find weird about Britain, that you always have carpets everywhere.
Yeah, on toilets.
We have them on the linings of the toilets as well. Yeah, and
I mean,
we have bacon, egg, and carpet.
How do you clean it? I mean,
We don't.
It's
We just-
strange. I mean, when you're peeing, you know, and you know, men, you know, when they're drinking too much lager, you know, they just tend to like
Pee all over the walls.
yeah,
usually.
and
All the
stuff like
carpet.
that, and on the carpet.
Yes, I know. And then no one really knows until the smell comes.
yeah.
Well, I've never actually really thought about the carpet thing. It's the first
No?
time it's really been pointed out because there's a lot
We
of
are
other.
constantly thinking of it.
So you have no carpets at all in Iceland?
No,
Well, we have
Not in-
carpets,
yes,
but we
here,
have
like-
not on the toilet.
Yes,
not in toilet.
And like we say, there is no weather in Iceland. It has only samples of weather.
It has only samples of weather.
Yes.
But because it keeps changing.
It can be raining, it can be windy, it can be sunny, and it can be not sunny. In one day, it can be that.
What do they do on the weather report? Today it's going to be rainy, sunny, bright, dangerous, hailstorms, fucking floods, rain, hot water. Oh, the sun has come.
right now.
Yeah, I know. This is good. We needed a bit of sunshine.
It's also raining.
Yeah, no, I saw that as well. So, oh God, there's a lot of cameras on. Oh, you're still on? Yeah. Hi, Iceland. Does no one live in the centre? It's quite nice. It's all around the edge bit. And Blue Lagoon, I've heard a lot about it, so I'm going to go there tomorrow. And lots of airports as well. That's quite nice, because we've got a hotel that looks over the airport, which is quite... We've got aeroplanes and no double beds. Which is odd. The hotel I'm staying at, they've got no double beds at all. No one seems to have sex in this hotel at all. You have to push 2 beds together and fall down the middle. So it's quite unusual. There must be sex in Iceland, surely.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
But just in winter.
Yes, sex only in winter. No sex in the summer?
Just in winter.
But we hear you're crazy party people during when the days never stop. In the winter,
We just do it in winter, you know. We can't do it in summer or autumn, spring.
You're too busy.
It's too light outside.
Yes, it's too bright. Well, you know, sex in the light. It's a new experience. I think Iceland should try it. Sex in the Blue Lagoon. The Big Bang, yeah? The Big Bang. We've all heard about this. The Big Bang happened and everyone stood well back. Well, how big a bang will it be? Oh, a very big bang. You don't know? Well, thank you, Mrs. Bad Crumble. No, never go back to the universe once it's been lit. Remember that. That's cool. The Blue Lagoon went swimming, and we swam in the effluent of a power station, which sounds kind of hellish, but I think it's hot lava heats the water. Water passes through. It's very sulphurous and comes back into that big pond, and we go swimming in it. So it really kind of looks like a scene from Blade Runner. So the earth pulled down and the animals were there, and Mother Nature came down one day and said, I am Mother Nature, I am Mother Nature. Animals of the world, come to me and I shall give you your methods of procreation, how you will have sex and procreate.
Eddie, would like to speak to the...
Yeah.
Talking about something lesbian, something.
Oh yeah, this was this thing in the paper this morning. I did an article, because my sexuality, I'm very open about my sexuality, and I said to the Cosmopolitan, and now everyone in Iceland knows, that I'm a lesbian trapped in a man's body. This is what I said, but I really meant I was 2 lesbians trapped in a man's body, but it doesn't matter. That's just a bit more surreal.
And there's another thing, you seem to always appear in dresses and stuff like that.
Well, no, what I do is I wear whatever I want. This is a new idea I know for Iceland. It's quite new for the UK. But it's, you know, women back in the 20s, they didn't, if they wore trousers, people say, women wear trousers? This is crazy.
Yeah.
And now women wear all of men's clothes and all of women's clothes, yeah? Mm-hmm. They have total clothing rights.
Yeah.
And I think it's time for men to have the same. Men wear whatever they want.
I heard something about you being on the internet.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah, well, I've got a load of pages on the internet, but other people have written them.
For you?
Yeah, there's other people. I did this cartoon called Pants Cat, and people have put this on the internet. Total clothing rights for everyone.
What is Pants Cat?
Well, Pants Cat's this cat who wears a pair of pants on his head. He's a character I came up with because I had to just get out of a piece of material. Because I had this cat wearing a pair of pants, and people just stared at me, and I said, because he's Pants Cat. Pants Cat. And Pants Cat is a superhero. Pants Cat comes, and he doesn't do anything, he just arrives with pants on his head. And there's Sock Dog as well.
And it's from an earlier...
Well, it was one piece of stand-up, and I thought, I've got to do this as a cartoon character. Oh, wow, that's it.
But you prefer to wear dresses?
No, I don't prefer either. Now, I paint my nails, I'll wear dresses if I want to, or trousers, or whatever. All gets very confusing. But also, I happen to fancy women. I don't fancy men. I'd be quite happy to fancy men, but I just, genetically, I just think it's inbuilt. Therefore, it's easiest to explain, saying I'm a lesbian trapped in a man's body. I'd be quite happy to be a woman, but I seem to be a bloke, so... I realised when I was 4 that women had total clothing rights. I thought that very line in my head. Now, I just thought, hey, dresses, yeah. It's kind of it's an interesting clothing garment. And being sort of into... it's a tomboy. That's where I am. I'm tomboy. I'm a male tomboy. And that's when I was there, you know, so still climbing trees and playing football, but you know, girls' things as well. But at 4, I vibed out the thing that no one really mentioned this as a top thing on your child's CV. So I didn't really go around broadcasting it. And yeah, so I came out a while later, 19 years later or something. This is this elf fashion shoot I did. That was me checking out at Sainsbury's where the dog food was. There we go. Come on! Dogs, hi, how you doing? Dogs go woof, 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 woof. Okay, dogs, now your method of procreation, dogs, you are going to do it doggy fashion. Okay? Let's go woof, woof. We invented it. I know you did, and it's caught on big time. It's great. Everybody's doing it. Off you go. Off goes the dog. Moshe, come on. Because I went horse racing today. I went horse riding on your horses.
Yeah.
Hey, I got in this far.
Yeah.
They put me on the slowest fucking horse. I was going, come on, come on. Cowboys never wore these. Everyone else was fucking off because you've got that weird, that extra thing, that cant, is it cant it's called? What's, you know horses do walking, trotting, tart. Everyone was fucking tarting off. Mine was still going like this. Yeah, you can't rehearse it. This is the terrible and brilliant thing of stand-up. You can never rehearse it. You can't stand in a mirror and go, hey, and then I was walking down the street the other day. I was walking down. You know, you just, I don't know, I think you rehearse in front of paying audiences. That's what I do. And I try to develop a style that's kind of chatty, and then I can come in with new stuff, which I haven't worked out, so it's kind of chatty, and so it looks like the stuff I have worked out. And if you go into a period where you're doing it and you come up with new stuff, but it's not very funny, you just know how to pull out of it. That's the technical thing of being able to say, right, let's not talk about pig farming ever again. Okay, now, cats, how you doing, cats? Wow, okay, cats. Now, cats, we have got you down for doggy fashion. How about that? Wow, what about catty fashion? Well, sorry, dogs got in there. It's a registered trademark, I'm afraid. Anyway, you've got cat flaps so that you can get in and out of doors, so what the fuck are you arguing about, eh? Now, human beings. Now, human beings, we've got you down for doggy fashion, catty fashion, giraffe fashion, pig for anything you want, basically. Upside down, in a paper bag, in between two beds. We don't really care, okay? Now, finally, salmon. Right, now, salmon. Got a bit of a surprise for you guys. What you've got to do is to swim upstream against a down-flowing river until you come to a huge waterfall. And then we want you to leap and leap and leap and leap up the waterfall. Then you've got to swim along another one and then leap and leap. Salmon are going, we're quite happy with doggy fashion. Oh, no. Not for you guys. You leap and you swim and you leap and you get to a shallow bit, you lay eggs and they're fertilized and then you drop down dead. Why? What have we done? Oh, you piss me off, you salmon. You're too expensive in restaurants. That's your trouble. That's the salmon story. Thank you very much for being here. Thank you.
Thank you for an excellent show.
Not at all, thank you. It was great. I mean, everyone's English is just so off the scale, amazing.
But I was really waiting for you to... I wanted to see you in some women's clothes.
This is women's clothes. Is it from a women's show? This is from a shop, that's from a women's show?
Great show.
Thank you very much.
Enjoyed it very much.
Well, I enjoyed doing it. At the end, this bastard was heckling, and I thought he was being negative, but in fact, he was just being bonkers. The entire heckling came from the same guy. Well, I thought it probably was you, but I should really kill you with a gun. You're wearing women's clothes, but they're men's.
No, I mean Marilyn Monroe's.
But I don't do that.
Stand-up comedians in Iceland.
And it always was the best out there when I was acting it out, wasn't it? When I started getting into a scene where I would do things and be talking, then people, it always works better that way.
Wait till you see our next program. We're going to steal it all from you.
Well, that's good. You can steal it, translate it, no one will know.
Very nice. Very sexy.
Hey, Stockholm.
Hey!
No. Yes, I know. Did you think I was going to say it in Swedish? Perhaps you... Yes, I think you do. I'm sure there's some good television on, and you can just run. He's English. Well, fuck off then.
Yeah.
Can you just fuck off and let me do the show, right? I haven't started and already getting hassled from someone from my own country. This is ridiculous. Support, that's what you fucking want. Anyway, oh, shut the fuck up! Jesus.
What are you doing, Eddie?
Selling a fax to this little beast here. And I can do it through this thing, down the phone. I just got it working yesterday. Come on, you thing. Oh, get the instructions back. Oh, on switch. Oh, right. This is just modern adult toy. So you can't have sex with him. James Bond had sexy gadgets. James Bond had... Like when he fell into a swimming pool. James Bond fell into a swimming pool, do you remember? And then sharks were released. And James had breathing apparatus. In goes the breathing, and he swims away. Now, wouldn't us, we'd be in there going, shit, where's the breathing thing? I left it in the hotel, damn. Didn't like that. Very tough.
We're always told that the British does not have a sense of humor.
Really?
Well, more or less.
Except for Monty Python.
Is that true?
Well, we were told the Danish don't have a sense of humour, but... No, we were told the Germans don't have a sense of humour. But I think every country has a sense of humour. I think the good stuff in all the countries would be the same. If you translated a good Danish comedian, translated a good German
I think
one.
so.
Yeah. This is my theory. This is why I can tour around.
What's your favourite joke?
I don't do jokes. We queue. We're fucking good at queue. We even queue when there's no reason to queue in Britain. Sometimes you get just a whole line of people going da, 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 ba, 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 ba. You get to the front and there's nothing there. There's nothing here. There's no point queuing.
I believe the bar was built only today.
Yeah? Did the room used to stop here, or the room went on, but
the room kept going, but the bar just stopped here.
It's great if they build a new bar, then you're not funny. The Tears of the Clown thing can happen if you're not careful. I've tried not to make this happen, but what it is that you can be funny on stage, and a lot of people laugh and they go home feeling good. But if you do the same show over and over again, and it's kind of weird because on this tour, you've essentially seen me going through the same show with only marginal changes. But those changes is what I sort of live for. And normally I change it over much faster, but at the moment I just thought, let's keep the show pretty similar. And then as soon as I get to the UK, I'm going to start rolling it over. Thank you very much. I was just in Sweden, and I was wondering how you guys get on. It's sort of they're like weird cousins, are they? But they think of you as weird cousins, I think. You know, a similar language, but it's them up north and you're them down south. I was also in Iceland, and you used to own Iceland, didn't you?
I think I heard somebody say that being funny is the last attempt you do to try to attract attention when you're out with somebody. Are you funny because you haven't got anything bright to say when it comes to politics, economics, and things like that?
I will talk about politics. I'll talk about conservation. I'll talk about the weather. I'll talk about death, devil worship, whatever.
Selv siger Izzard, at han lærer de ting, andre ikke lærer af. Så hvad fik ham dog sidst til at lide?
God, I have no idea. Something in my own set, I think. I was laughing at the idea of the Grim Reaper. Do you know the concept of the Grim Reaper, the guy who takes you away when you're dead? And I just was doing a story about him, and he goes home and he's cut his finger on his side, and it made me laugh in a way. And none of the audience was laughing, just me. So it's quite sad. But comedy is just a good way of trying to make yourself popular at school. I mean, that was definitely it. Because if you're just a sad little git, but you can be funny, then you get more popular. So definitely, it takes you from out of a sad life into an okay life.
Yeah, well,
So
I mean,
use
you
that.
said something about that yesterday, didn't you? about attracting, playing an instrument, wasn't it?
Yeah, playing instruments, trying to play sexy music so that people would want to shag you at school.
We must have sex with this guy. As soon as we know how to do it. Bum, 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 bum. That was my idea, yeah. Learn an instrument, play songs, beguile people, and have sex with them. So I went to the clarinet teacher, and I said, well, I'd like to learn some sexy songs, please, Mrs. Bad Crumble. Well, you should learn this song first. It's called Snug as a Bug in a Rug. Is that a very sexy song, Mrs. Bad Crumble? It doesn't sound like a sexy song. Snug as a bug in a rug. Yes, it is a very sexy song. I made love to this song during the First World War. Well, I'll give it a go then. Na 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 na. At what point did you actually orgasm? Mrs. Bad Crumble. Because it doesn't really kick in for me at any particular point.
That's the main reason I got into performing, was to get shagged.
Okay, but did you get that, or do you get?
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
So the next day, I want to do a quick test. How many people are Danish people? Because I prefer to play for people, because sometimes, you know, British people or English people, American people come, but I like to get through to people who live, you know, or come from the country. So if you are Danish, or if you are from Copenhagen, or Swedish, or whatever, just come over. If you are those people, then just go, okay? Okay, and if you're British or something, or you've come to stay here and you speak English as your first language, go, 3 people. Hey, great. Well, thank you for laughing so much, because you have amazing English, and I was doing this all and you're all translating it and going, fuck, yes, I understand everything. So thank you very much.
Exactly what I'm after. If people in Denmark and in Sweden and Iceland can understand it, then people in New York should be able to understand it.
So the European part was just like warming up for...
No, the European, the whole different thing, because I'm very positive on being European. And I wanted to play St. Petersburg, but I couldn't get to do it, so I will in the future play St. Petersburg.
I've been there.
Yeah? You played there?
Yeah.
You played there?
Yeah, it's true. I did a double act with Lars Hjortøy, another comedian.
James Bond got into his car and there was an ejector seat. Remember the Aston Martin with the ejector seat? The baddie sat in the ejector seat. He could have sat in the back, ruined the whole bloody plan. The baddie sitting in the back going, Mr. Bond, I have you. I have a gun pointing at your back. And James Bond fan going, you wouldn't like to sit up in the front, would you? It's a lovely view of the mountains. You can see lovely hills and it's very exciting. The front's really nice. You're getting car sick in the back.
And we had translators on. It was really weird. It's 10 years ago, and we did it in English. And it was like, you said a joke, and then there was this 2 Russian 16-year-old English studying girl.
No, Mr. Band, I will sit in the back.
But it was just bizarre doing stand-up with translation.
Well, we got to do it.
Imagine that, doing a punchline, then 2 girls. I
will sit in the back.
Yeah, somebody was telling me a story though. I can't remember who told me this, about someone who played somewhere, had a translator, and was it Bob Hope? Yeah, it was a Korea, and he was playing the South Koreans, and he went up and he'd do a joke, and that would be translated and laughs, do a joke, and at the end Bob Hope said it was great. That was going brilliantly, and the guy said, well, I'm sorry, you were going so fast, I couldn't understand what you were saying, so I did my own joke.
Where exactly are you from, by the way? Your accent's all over the place. I have a voice synthesizer placed in my throat. I can do any accent I wish to do. Unfortunately, I have lost the instructions at the moment. see, I can't actually control it. There's 80 languages, I read somewhere.
Huh?
80 languages are spoken in New York.
Yeah. And everybody speak English with a different dialect.
Yeah.
So it's amazing.
Yeah,
You're from England, right?
Yeah.
I have a friend who lives in Denmark.
Oh, really? We just played Denmark. Because I'm a stand-up comedian. But essentially, in America, I'm... Who the fuck are you? And I'm doing a show here that's just starting tonight.
There are lots of stand-up comics here.
I have been around the world. Actually, I looked at the globe, and I haven't been around the world. I've just been around a bit of Europe and a bit of America, which, and I suppose collectively, we do consider ourselves the world in a kind of, we're about to be usurped by Asia kind of way.
I'm from Trinidad.
Oh, right. So is there stand-up comedy in Trinidad?
Yeah. This guy was giving a joke about people. So one of the other guys in the audience say, "Hey, why don't you go home?" Telling the comedian. And the comedian turn around and tell him, "Oh, you want me to go home? So your wife alone at home?"
Fucking nutter. I've just pressed the eject. I'm in the wrong car. I'm in the Volvo. What about the old what's that Eastern European car?
Skoda.
Skoda.
Would they have Skoda? No. It's a much better word, isn't it?
Is the Yugo one that's a possibility?
I think a Yugo was a really shit car, and
it's a bit U2. It's a bit groovy shit.
Yeah, but
yeah, I just don't want to. If it feels too much like I've changed it, you know. I
think you're right. I don't think you should change anything too much. It's just
stick
with the rhythm.
And then people can figure this out. We call them food stamps. Lunch
oh yes. No, I've gone through many countries saying this. And this comes in, and you've got all that all queued up.
All right, so this is the one.
Yeah, this is it. And on that, we just used to just beat it on the back thing. And when those little high notes come in, it's got really good tones. You know, just whatever you fucking want. It's interesting. Your click is very quiet click. So I'm just
It's quiet.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah, I'm used to these ones.
No, it's like it's an old
Which is
town
something
from
like-
the 50s. It's quiet.
But you love it, yeah?
I love it. You'd love it too.
Oh, I've got one that this woman, Joel Felinowski, There's the Empire State. Oh, look. This one's I've been going like, what, taking some crap photos today.
That's great.
Is it better if I don't move my mouth if I get to position?
No, well, you know what I want you to do is I want you to do something from your show. Straight up.
Cool is a thing of youth. It's linked to fashion. Being cool is linked to fashion. And there's a circle. There are a lot of circles involved in things like politics. Extreme right-wing, extreme left-wing politics join up. Madness and genius joins up at the back. And also with fashion. So you've got, over here, you've got looking like a dickhead. Then you have average, normal looking. Then you have cool, hip and groovy, looking like a dickhead. I personally cruise that back corner looking like a dickhead. And it is, if you're on the cutting edge of cool, hip and groovy, you must look like a dickhead, yeah? You've got to be over in there. But it has to go around this way. You can't back in from looking like a dickhead. Cool, hip and groovy. No, fuck off, it's that way round. I want to be cool, man. No, you look like a dickhead. Well, you look like a dickhead. Yeah, but I know why I look like a dickhead. Now, fuck off. This is the first time I have to walk around with a mitre, with a bit of slap on. This is, which makes you feel more kind of someone's going to give you a hard time. But you know, I'm kind of blasé about it in London, and I'm seeing that if I'm blasé about it here, everyone else is blasé about it. Especially around East Village. They're fucking nuts around East Village. They look really weird.
Eddie. How are you? My God. How are you?
I'm fine.
Yeah, I'm here.
Are you playing here?
Weekend.
Yeah, I'm playing just down the road. Back in the 50s, there was a James Dean kind of look, which was a matchstick out of the corner of your mouth. And it still aesthetically works. I don't know why it works. It looks like you're doing something. It's like a small cigarette, you know, it's just there, matchstick in the corner. It's pointless. You know, someone lights it, you go, fuck, don't. A match. I have to get another one now. But it's good. You can lean up against a wall. You can just occasionally pull out and go, "Hey, you kids be cool." I last came here 9 years ago because I used to do street performing.
Yeah.
And I used to carry around. I used to have all these props, but I hated carrying all the stuff around. I hated that. And then when I did stand-up, I made a vow never to have anything. It means I can do stand-up anywhere. I don't have to wear certain clothes. Don't have to do anything. I can just get up and talk rubbish. Sorry, my phone's going. Hello? 85 to 86. I just there was the long march into lack of confidence. So having been quite confident and thinking, well, I can take shows at the Edinburgh Festival and I've made people laugh, I started street performing it and no one laughed and people walked away and it was humiliating. For a year, it was just completely humiliating.
The last time I saw you were a small act in Edinburgh.
Not so small. But one matchstick out of the corner of your mouth, quite cool. But if you put a second matchstick outside the other side of your mouth, you've just gone round that corner, haven't you? Played in that fountain in '87. Just to say I'd done it. Just say played New York.
What did you do when you played?
Oh, I was doing this, escaping from a pair of handcuffs on a 6-foot unicycle. One eye patch, looking quite cool. 2 eye patches, hello. Well, I realised that there was this big thing in America, much more in America. It seemed to broadly break down. This isn't really true, and it isn't true now, but it used to seem like Americans would play themselves in comedy, and British actors would play characters, you know. Someone like Bob Hope, who was born in England, but, you know, Bob Hope being funny in film, being Bob Hope. Like, I thought perhaps I could find out how to play myself, and I couldn't find it. It took me a year on the street before I started to find a voice, my own voice, what the hell I sounded like when I talked. And now in the stand-up, it's essentially the mixture, the sketch comedy and the stand-up, because I can narrate it, I can link it, I can talk to people. And I got that from the street, this real talking to people as opposed to talking at them. Hey, we should go and see the eclipse of the moon. It started, the eclipse.
Oh, wow.
Ooh.
It's a big moon. Yeah. You get it?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, great. That's right. It's going to work.
Would you write Azerbaijan?
I can, but I have no idea how to spell it.
I have no idea how to spell it either.
Thank you very kindly. Okay.
It's Danielle.
See?
Danielle with Lips and Kisses. There's all these English people here, isn't it great?
Well, I need to get New York people here as well.
Oh,
But they
sorry, yes.
No, but it is great having...
We've come all the way to England to see you.
God, you're a nice